Good day, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to Serious Sam, the first encounter. In the previous episode where we left off, we had completed both the, what was it? It was the sewers, and before that, that was the Memphis suburbs. And now, we are in the Metropolis zone. That's totally not a reference to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Anyways, go up this ramp, that spawns a queer skeleton, a couple more nasty enemies, that which includes a reptiloid, which is up there, but I don't think he can actually see us right now. You have to stand somewhere up this ramp and yeah, there he is. I don't think his enemy detection can actually quite see me right now, which is somewhat funny if you ask me. So anyways, this is Metropolis, as I've already informed you. This level is one of the longest levels in the entire game, so definitely going to be splitting this part up. And I can tell you right now, not exactly my favorite level, but we'll get through it just fine, I'm sure. Just have to deal with this guy and this guy. Ow. And this guy is kind of camouflaged behind the trees, naturally. So yeah, this level is definitely one of the longest ones in the game. Basically, it's divided up into a bunch of sections, so you pretty much got this section right here, first off. And then it kind of moves on to another section, which is basically a bunch of suburban buildings, sort of like the level of the suburbs. And then after that, there's like this, somewhat really corridor. It's a very long type of corridor, which basically has a bunch of buildings on the side. And nothing too special about that, but it has a bunch of enemies. And then there's another part of the corridor, and after that there's basically a giant arena, which we will be fighting through. Not going to be that easy, but like I said, I'm sure we'll get through it just fine. As long as I don't get hit by enemies all the time. I mean, I'm making some pretty irrational decisions on my part. Now, theoretically, what I could actually do is that, you see this wall? I can actually just rock jump up the side of the wall, I think. I just have to do this properly. Give me a second. It actually helps to rocket jump in third person. I'll just go over this wall, actually. Theoretically, I could just rocket jump over this wall if I actually make it. This could take a moment. Yeah, there we go. Now, when you get up here, you could just run all the way to the final arena, which is far, far out in the distance. But I don't really feel like doing that, so I'm just going to go ahead and quick load where I quick saved. And maybe I'll show that at like the end of this recording session. I'll just go ahead and like show that as a bonus material of the video. We shall see. And that sounds like queer skeletons. I'm not really a fan. But thankfully, I have a very fast firing laser gun, which is not slow firing. And that's probably one of the better aspects of it sometimes, is that when it decides to fire fast and not absolutely slow. As you've seen before. You're gonna get the shotgun. You deserve the shotgun. Ooh boy. I don't think that guy deserves the shotgun because I have no idea where he is. The shotgun is not very good for long range. There you are. Just had to check and see if those bullets were connecting. Is there an enemy around this corridor? No, there is not. How sad. There is, however, an R. So you can probably see the pattern right here. Basically, whenever there's a bunch of enemy spawns, if you try running back, then there's either going to be enemies that have spawned behind you, or more that spawn like out the front. Just be mindful of your surroundings, you should be fine. And I hear another guy who seems to be utterly confused as to where I am. He's obviously stuck behind the wall. And no, I'm trying to hit the Rocketeer, you aren't helping. And yeah, there you can see right there, that spawned a bunch of harpies. First there's a couple over here, and then there's a bunch of them out in the distance. Let's just make sure they don't get very close to us. They don't actually see us right now, so I can probably get a couple of cheap shots of one of them. But you could probably tell right now, maybe not, but after shooting one of them, then it pretty much alarms all the others. And there's one other one out there. There's one other one. That's very good grammar. Okay, I don't see any more. I think we should be fine. I think that clear skeleton actually gave up on pursuing me. And that mechanoid doesn't really feel like moving from his spot, so this should make him easy. 1, 2, 3. None of those actually hit, alright. Well, maybe one of them hit. Sounded like it. Oof, you got hit by a rocket, that's not good. What's even worse is that reptiloid right there. And those harpies, which I might not have enough bullets to actually deal with. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. And there's also this reptiloid. Really needs to learn some manners. You know what? I think I'm actually going to try and get a couple grenades up here. Because I've wasted a lot of my rapid-fire weapons. And by rapid-fire weapons I mean bullet-based weapons and a laser gun. Something I should probably conserve more on with ammunition. Oh, could have called that. I think something might have just spawned. Yeah, enemy spawned behind me. Oh, and there's also... I should probably pick these up. Ammo pickups. Okay, you spawned. You probably ran towards me. That's probably more of an accurate explanation as to instead of just spawning behind me. There's rockets out there. There's armor. Not really many stuff that I actually need. Plenty of laser gun ammo, so I should be fine. All I do know is that there are blue laser shooting bastards behind these corners, and they deserve nothing more than rockets. There's the confused clear skeleton. Okay. So we got a couple of nice looking pickups right here. If you walk over this way, there's laser gun ammunition, or cells as they like to call it. In the HD remake actually it's referred to as electricity. You pick this up, you might want to reconsider your decision, because it kinda spawns a bunch of kamikazes. But not too threatening at all. I'm gonna save that actually, in case I get downed by too much health. I believe there's, if you pick these up, yeah, that spawns a bunch of skeletons. Okay. Just see if I can maybe prioritize these guys a little bit. You tried to jump over me, that was cute. It's very cutesy behavior. And that was all of them. How many? I got about half ammo capacity, that's not bad. So, we have to walk towards that door. However, if you walk, like, between one of these beams, which has pretty cool reflecting vision right there, you can see. Walk between them. Not only does that spawn a bunch of pickups, but it also spawns a bunch of nasty enemies, so I'm gonna stand right here. And just as long as I keep holding down the fire button, I should mostly be safe. Because there's a reptiloid that spawns right behind here, and it's not good if you get in his line of sight. And that spawned a bunch of skeletons, which I'm not entirely fans of. I'm going to try and use the shotgun effectively, and hopefully they'll stop bouncing off of tree stumps. No! Not getting closer. And that should be the end of them. So I think that's the gist of it. I'm gonna pick this up now. And there's plenty of bullets too, so that's very, very nice. But it probably doesn't matter because there's just a bunch of more ammo right here. Okay then, so that was pretty much the first area. So now we're moving on to that special suburban area that I was referring to earlier. Which is probably my least favorite part of the entire level. Just because there are so many enemy spawns in this area. For starters, there's that guy. And I don't really want to be using rockets on you, but I don't really have that much of a choice. But basically, wherever you walk in this area, there's sure to be a bunch of really random enemy spawns. Like, I could just walk it forward right here. It would spawn a bunch of enemies behind me, presumably. There's just so many confusing enemy spawns that are going to be a total pain in the arse to deal with here. Just gonna leave it at that. So, hopefully we won't be spending too much time here, but I reckon it'll take us at least maybe 10 minutes. But there are 4 scarabs here that you have to pick up, so we're gonna start by picking this one. And I believe Spawns a couple enemies if I run back. Trying to listen into the music to make sure I get a hint. We're gonna walk this way. There's one skeleton, which I seem to miss, which I seem to be really good at missing entirely. Those guys, nothing to worry about. So you walk over here. This should be a pretty good example of how the enemy spotting works. There's that guy who just kind of runs forward towards you. I'm gonna run back because it just spawned a bunch more enemies behind me. There's that skeleton right there. There's this arachnoid right here who spawned on that pillar. And I don't really know where that other guy that just screeched is. You saw there was one person that was standing sort of over a building right over here. Yeah, he's a bit of a distance away. Don't think he can actually fire at us from there, which is comforting to know, although perhaps I should actually aim my rockets a bit better so that they will actually hit. That was one example of enemy spawning. I'm going to be witnessing quite a lot of that. There's another one. I'm just gonna stay right here because it's somewhat safe. And there's the next skeleton, which should come around this wall. And that guy. And now you. Where were you? They were right there. That's good. You shot me with a bullet, but I do not care. Can I might get this right one of these days. Alright, yep. Excuse me, I have to kill this arachnoid. You aren't exactly helping. There. Okay, I thought I just saw an arachnoid right there. It was actually a biomech. Spooky! Let's walk around these corridors. Once again, gonna be random enemies spawning. There's one. Ah, I'm kinda trapped right here. Ow. Stop getting shot by the guy with the chain gun. That's not good. Please, thank you. Missile travel time, not exactly that big of a fan, and I'm not really that big of a fan of kamikazes that are running on a clearly destined path, such as that. Also, it should be noteworthy that the arachnoids can spawn in some pretty crazy places. Like, if you look up there, where I'm pointing my crosshair, there's one that spawns up there. I'm not sure if he notices you immediately, depending on where you're at on this part of the map. Like, if I'm all the way on the other side, then he might not be able to see me, but there's a chance he could still... there's a chance he might see me anyway, so... I don't really know. Enemy range, I do know that the reptiloids, they will pretty much see you from, like, across an entire field. No matter where it is you're standing. Like, I'm not entirely sure how it works. I'm not too big into the technical stuff of Serious Sam. I just learned that stuff from Garrett, so yeah, just kind of noteworthy. Want to make sure you stay out of the line of sight of reptiloids for the most part, until you have the clear advantage over them. And I clearly don't really have that much of an advantage over that arachnoid because I've got other enemies to worry about. And that... What? How? What? How did he get up there? I am so perplexed by that. Hang on. I must go observe this after I kill this arachnoid. Okay, so he walked forward right here. Somehow he got up onto this ledge. I've never witnessed that before. That is very interesting. The more things you learn when you play this game, or any game in general. Oh, no. Now, there was actually a scarab back there that I should probably go pick up. Now, as soon as this skeleton shows his cowardly self, and this one, and that one, notably, you'll just follow me in here, that's it. 2 more to go. Excellent. Yeah. Arachnoid. Where is he exactly? Can't quite tell by jumping. Okay, he's behind there somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's actually sort of blending in with the background, I noticed. I'm still waiting for that one to spawn up there. I know what's going to happen eventually. And I'm gonna see if I can save that armor power up. Probably be useful for later on. Such as in case that guy shot me. But that is not the case. Where are you going? You do not just ignore a Sam. A wild Sam is a vital target to destroy. Didn't mental recruit you on this? Why can't I hit you with the shotgun? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I say. Where is this guy walking? He's somewhere... There's a big guy. My grenade bounced off in an entirely different direction. Again. How many rockets is it to actually destroy a palm tree? I'm curious. That just shot right through the palm tree, alright. That works for me. So... There we go, now it's destroyed. And he is very much defeated. I'm pleased by this. The third scarab is actually right there. I can probably go pick that up in just a moment. Oh no! Look up there! Yeah, you can see he doesn't actually see me just yet. You have to shoot some sort of projectile at him first for him to notice you. So, I guess I was right on my theory, so I'm just gonna actually shoot him once with a pistol. Just to startle him, let him know that there are 2 rockets heading his way. And I just noticed I'm actually relatively low on rocket gun ammunition. Can I get a nice trick shot from over here? Yeah. Okay. Oh. You're somewhat close. I'm gonna use the shotguns on you because I feel like it. Oh! Nah, that was close. He went over the wall. Stop that. That's just annoying. That's not exactly dangerous, it's just annoying, if you ask me. So if I go around this corridor, I believe that will spawn a couple more enemies. So this guy. And there's that guy. Gonna get I wanted to get a double shot off of the 2 of those, but I guess that wouldn't be possible. Oh well. At least there are plenty of biomechanoids to fuel my grenade launcher's wrath. Not going to stand right near line of sight, that wouldn't be good. So I believe you collect all the scarabs, then this door will open. But unfortunately the door hasn't opened yet. Find 4 scarab keys. The door is locked. You will be able to open it if you collect 4 gold scarabs hidden somewhere in the yard. Alright, so we pretty much already know that, but there's a weird enemy spawn. I think if you walk forward right here. No, I think it actually depends on if you've collected all the scarabs or not. That's what I was trying to say. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the door would open if you collected all the scarabs. You've kind of seen that pattern many times before. But it is still noteworthy that enemies will spawn. They're kinda scary. Such as this guy. And this guy who decided not to punch me, thankfully. And there's the double shot, that's what I'm talking about. Right. Let's just walk back here. This is gonna spawn more enemies. Undoubtedly. Yeah, you can hear that one skeleton right there. And this one biomechanoid not right there, because he is not really there. Oh, he's actually walking pretty fast. He's on the patrol. He's blocking this guy from moving forward. That's why, alright, 7. That's the number for the laser gun. I should commit that to memory a bit more. So the last scarab, I'm just thinking for a moment. I got that one there, that one there, that one there. The last one, I think it's in the center here somewhere, actually. 'Cause I just picked up that one. Oh no, here it is. Okay. I'm not going crazy. I know what I'm doing. So let me go pick this up. All 4 items collected. Most excellent. Okay. So we might not actually be here for too long, because I've triggered most of the enemies, as far as I know. I'm not going to bother trying to get all the kills, because that would take forever. But the part that I dislike the most has thankfully actually ended rather quickly, so it's probably because I'm doing a playthrough and I'm too distracted to even worry about getting all the enemies to spawn. I'm gonna cower right here by ducking, because it's actually a really good strategy against all these scary enemies that I was referring to.